it's done at Harvard and other universities unless Harvard simply, in effect, made Donald Trump the president of Harvard. Donald Trump demanded control over the admissions policy at Harvard University. Donald Trump demanded in writing control over all hiring at Harvard University, from professors to the maintenance staff, to cooks in the cafeteria, to the football coach. Every single job at Harvard University was to come under control of the President of the United States. And the President of the United States alone would decide who should or should not be hired at Harvard University, who should or should not be admitted to Harvard College. Imagine Donald Trump sitting there in the Oval Office deciding who should be admitted to a university, who should be admitted to Harvard Medical School or Harvard Law School or Harvard Divinity School or the Business School or the Dental School or all the other graduate schools. Donald Trump wanted to control all of that. His lawyers sent a letter to Harvard on Friday demanding all of that control and demanding absurdly and stupidly vague things like, quote, reducing the power held by students. They did not put in writing what that means. They also demanded, quote, reducing the power held by faculty. And again, a phrase that has no meaning. And Donald Trump and his lawyers demanded in writing the right for them to get rid of professors who Donald Trump has decided are, quote, more committed to activism than scholarship. Harvard biologist George Wald, who won the Nobel Prize, was certainly as committed to activism as he was to scholarship during the Vietnam War. George Wald appeared at countless anti-war demonstrations around the country protesting the Vietnam War. George Wald was a hero to the Harvard students who took over a Harvard building in protest for the first time in the history of that university in 1969 to protest the war that Donald Trump was afraid to fight, and afraid to protest. Donald Trump was a rich draft age kid who now at age 78 was just declared in perfect health by a military physician who gave him a physical last week. Donald Trump found a way for his health to be imperfect enough with alleged bone spurs that no longer show up in his physicals to keep him out of Vietnam. And so Donald Trump didn't support the war in Vietnam. He didn't oppose the war in Vietnam. He did the most spoiled thing you could possibly do at the time. He just took his bone spurs to a golf course to work on his golf swing while brave young men his age were dying in Vietnam, and other brave young men his age were trying to prevent more deaths in Vietnam